Oh, both, yeah.
We're
Hello,
here.
yeah. Hello, and welcome back to the Pen and Prosper. The name, friend, I'm going to tell you, I'm warming to it every week. I
Yeah, I'm
quite
also
like it.
getting a bit, I'm getting used to
Yeah.
it. Yeah, yeah.
I was iffy in the beginning, but the more I hear it, the more I say it. I'm like, it's actually so
And it's
cool.
right. It's right for us, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
perfect,
Okay.
perfect. Okay, so let's introduce ourselves for our new listeners, all
All
3
three of
million
them.
of them. Okay, do you want to go first?
Okay, yeah, because in our first podcast, which was also our last podcast, we didn't really introduce ourselves. So I'm sure that if you come in cold, you're like, who are these two crazy South African people and what are they talking about? So
Yeah.
my name is JT Lawrence. I'm a South African living in Scotland. I've written over 30 books. My best-selling books are urban fantasy. I'm a USA Today best-selling author and a Kindle All-Star, and I really like helping people in the publishing space because I find it so fun and rewarding, and that's why I really love doing this podcast.
Yes, yes. And I am JT Lawrence, but blonder. Because South African living in South Africa, so there's the difference. I've actually only written 28 books, so I feel like I thought we were the same, but now I'm like, oh, I need to hurry up.
Yeah, because I've been doing Blair Butler, dude.
Oh, yes, and I've been
Mm-hmm.
not. Obviously, I am not quite in the same league as you are, and that I'm going to hit you with a big question out the gate, so prepare yourself.
Okay,
But yes, been writing since I still am very in love with the craft of writing. Although
same.
I am switching gear into treating it more as a business model, I still love the written word. I
Yeah.
think I just have had that love affair since a little girl, and I always will.
Yeah, and it's very clear. I mean,
So
you're always talking about books. You're always
yeah,
writing. It's like you legit.
yeah, books are
Yeah,
my
they're your
passion.
thing.
Okay, so I thought this week to really like ramp things up, and because
Oh, I like
last
it.
week last week it was very clear that you are very knowledgeable and you are in a season of massive growth. I think accelerated growth. You just kind of are really taking this to the next level. So I wanted to, and feel free to say no if you think it's sensitive information, but I would like to ask you what your royalties were for the month of January.
Okay, so as you know, I'm very open with my numbers and I don't mind sharing them
Yes,
at all. But I think we need to just first start with like what happened to escalate my earnings, because otherwise it's
yes,
going to seem like I was just plodding along and all of a sudden I had success, which
yes.
is not the case. So I'll keep it short. I've been writing publishing for about 8 years, and with that kind of modest success. Um, Doing well and then losing my momentum and then doing well. And so, like, it's been a bit up and down and no really breakthrough success. Then I joined Muonic Press, which is like a hybrid model where like it's a co-publishing thing, as you know, because you are also with Muonic. And under Muonic, I wrote two urban fantasy series, the ones that I always talk about, Cursebreaker and Blood Magic, and they did really well, but I still didn't really see that breakthrough. And then I don't know what got into me about 6 months ago, but all of a sudden I thought I need to buy these rights back and just take this, like, do what I can on my own, because as it was, I was doing the Facebook ads, I was doing the newsletter swaps, I was marketing the books, I'd written the books, and I'm like, why am I splitting my royalties 50-50 when I'm doing all the work? So
As you say, what would Taylor Swift do?
exactly, exactly. So I'm like, okay, I have to be brave here and have an uncomfortable conversation, because like the owner of Muonic is a wonderful guy and we always worked so well together, and it was an uncomfortable thing to say, like, the books are doing well, can I buy my rights back? So
Yes.
yeah, that was quite hectic, but we came to an agreement. I paid a lot. I paid $40,000 for the rights back, which was quite a quite a big bet actually, because
Very risky.
like,
Ooh, girl.
what if I bought them back and then the sales like went through the floor? You know, I'd be in the hole for 40K. So it
Yeah,
was
your children would have been working from a very young age.
so it was like probably the most stressful decision I've ever made in my life. A lot of people are like, why don't you just leave your titles with him and write a new series? And I was like, you know
Yes, I think
what?
I said that to
Yeah,
you.
most people did. Even the lawyer I spoke to said that. Like, no, just do your own thing. And I'm like, no, because I really believe in these books and they're making money. And I know that I can take it a lot further because the ad spend was always capped with Muonic. And I knew that if I like doubled the ad spend, then I would almost double my sales. So
Yeah, the
I felt
revenue
like he was
goes
holding
with
me
it.
back in the end. You know, it wasn't just
Okay.
like, oh, I just want my rights back. I just felt he didn't want to do audiobooks. I'm so into audio. I love it. So that was a big part of it too. So anyway,
Okay.
bought the rights back, launched them, rapid release them, and have not looked back.
Before you give us that big whopping number that I'm waiting to hear with bated breath, I think that two things need to be said here. The first being that this was 2 years of work for you, these two series, wasn't it? So I
More
mean,
than that, yeah.
what you would, yeah. So it's not just like one lone book floating out there. This was a
Yeah.
massive time investment for you, but also I think most importantly is to say that you are not in a financial position to lose this money.
No,
You know, people
no,
might be like, I mean, if you were a Kardashian, you buying a rights back would have been, but this was, you went all in with your family's like
all in.
savings for
Yeah.
this.
We sold the
Yeah.
house in South Africa to move here, and that money was supposed to be for a new house here.
Yes.
And
So you
now,
gambled your home.
basically, yeah. I remember saying to you, like, basically, like, if this doesn't pay off, then I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that week or two before you launched, I think you have always been cool as a cucumber. You're kind of very good at holding your emotions close. And I sensed the stress. I
Yeah,
was like,
no,
oh, this girl she's
it-
heading for a breakdown.
there was so much stress. But
Yes.
I really did back myself. Like my intuition was saying, this is right. You must do this. So it
Yeah.
wasn't like, oh, am I doing the right thing? Like da da da. Not nothing like that. I was like, I'm totally doing this. It's the right thing to do. It's a no-brainer because once you've got your rights back, it's for the rest of your life. And it was very, very scary.
And it paid off.
And it paid off. Thank
All
God.
right. So we're taking January just as an example because you might not have your, oh no, you would have Feb, but I'm
I
going to
do,
go with
yeah.
January. What did you make in January? And I know that there's ad spend, we're going to get to that, but just give
Yeah.
us the number that Amazon shows you on your royalty report.
I don't know. I don't know if I should lead with that number because it sounds like I'm swimming in $100 bills, okay, which I'm not. So I think I should rather say first what I spent on Facebook ads because otherwise I think it
Okay.
might be misleading. People are like, "Oh, she's
Yes.
like
Wow.
absolutely coining it," when that's really not the
Okay.
truth. Yes, the
Yes.
books are doing
Yes.
very, very well, but it's because I've spent a ton on them. Okay.
And just to add in there that we will be doing an entire podcast on your Facebook ads experience,
Yes, yes,
correct?
yes,
So
yes.
we'll touch on it now, but I think I mean, that could possibly potentially be two or three
Yeah, yeah,
episodes.
yeah.
Okay, so what did you spend on Facebook marketing?
Okay, on Facebook marketing, I spent, are you ready? $37,000.
Like, it's kind of like the precursor to we know now the money's coming in. It's going.
Do you
I hope
understand
it
why I have
wasn't
to tell you
38.
the
I
expenses
hope it
first?
wasn't. I hope your next number's not going to say 38 because it's going to be bleak.
35. I'm joking.
I don't
Just,
even know what that is in rands.
I don't even think in rands anymore. It's too scary. Keep this in mind. I spent 40 getting the rights back. Then I spent in that month alone 37 just on Facebook ads.
Okay. Okay. So hit us with what you made, and then we'll
Okay,
come back
okay,
to the time problem.
okay. One last thing before I say what I made is that obviously there were other expenses too.
Yeah.
You know,
So
not
give
huge
us a
ones,
breakdown.
not huge ones, but there was AMS. I did a book campaign to try and get it into the right also boughts on Amazon. I did promos. I threw everything at this. This was like the launch of my life because
Including Mike. Including Mike. You threw Mike at it too.
yes. Every time I'm like, Mike, I need to talk to you. He's like, how much do you need? Just drawing
Oh,
out of that
bless.
money.
Can we just have a shout
Okay.
out for Mike for the
Yes,
faith that he
yes.
had in you? Because that was quite remarkable. Because I'm gonna say I don't think Murray would have that same faith.
Oh
Or
dear.
that bravery, should we say.
Yeah. So,
Right, the build up to the big number. Dun, dun, dun,
are
dun,
you
dun, dun,
ready? Are you
dun.
ready?
Yes.
So I made altogether I made $55,000 in January. That
That
was
is a big
52
number.
in KDP and 3 in audiobooks.
Yes.
Uh, so that profit was 15,000? No. What's 55 minus
50.
37?
Oh, you're going to ask me maths now. I think 18. If it's 18, is
18.
it 18?
No, no, no. I don't know. I just went with you because you said 18. Just
Yeah.
remember we haven't added like the AMS and stuff. They weren't huge numbers, but you can say like
Yes.
another 1,000 for expenses for that, right? 55 minus 30. Let's just say 38. 17, Delport. Look at you and
Yeah,
your
so close.
maths.
I'm so close. So if we go, and this is USD, am I correct?
Yes. Now the
All right.
sad thing
So
about that
no.
17,000 is that it went straight back in, and I didn't see a dime of it apart from what I pay myself
What you had to
every month, which is $2,000.
$17,000 is 308,000 Rand. Now, I, as a South African, can just say if I was making 300 grand a month, friend, my tech would be working first and foremost. That is huge numbers. And I think for any author sitting here in SA would be like, what? That is like insane amounts of money. But
But
this all sounds fantastic. We're spending money, we're making money, everything is going easy breezy, right?
mhm,
Except for the Amazon delay in payout.
exactly.
So what you spending now, you're only getting in 2, 3 months, three
Yeah, it's
months.
it's 60 to 90 days. So the payment terms are
Phew.
60 days, but that's from the end of the month. So let's say I
Yeah.
spend $1,000 on Facebook ads on the first of the month, then I'll only
Yes.
see that in 90 days. That's a hell of a long,
Yes.
long time. It's such a
And
cash flow
logically,
problem.
people would say, okay, but you will get to a point now where you've rolled in and now you're seeing the money, except that you're increasing your ad spend every month, aren't you?
Yes, yes. I was. At the moment, it's
Okay.
kind of holding steady
Okay.
because I had to. There's no way I can keep scaling. Like the money's just
You
not there. Yeah.
and keep eating.
Yes. And listen, I've borrowed a lot of money because I had to make the 90 days, right? So at any
Yes.
point in time, I owe probably $150,000, but at the same time,
Okay.
Amazon owes me $150,000. So it seems
Yes.
stressful, like, oh my God, I'm in so much debt, but I'm not really. The money's coming, it's there, it's coming from Amazon.
Yes.
I just don't
You're
have it at the
barring any
moment.
massive Amazon issues. What I do feel that when you are at the level that you're at, Amazon is going to listen. If there's an issue, you will have a
I
rep
think
that is
so
going to be
too.
like,
Yeah.
JT, you're making us a lot
Yeah.
of money. So we're here to help you. Whereas a normal author won't have such direct access because they're small fish.
And I've heard
So
like if your Amazon account gets terminated for any reason, if you didn't do anything wrong, then it is reinstated. So I think a lot of
quite
people live in
quickly.
this like irrational fear that their account's going to be
Yes.
terminated. But I don't think it's listen, it definitely happens. I'm not saying that. But if you've done nothing wrong, your account is reinstated.
Right. Thank you. I am in awe of the fact that you are so open to talking about numbers and
No.
you really are treating this as a business model. And I just feel like it's such an inspiration because not long ago, you were the me.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so I look at it and I have the same opportunity with Mionic and it's been incredible. The thing that I don't have is if someone said to me, write a new one or take it back, I would write a new one purely because I don't like the business side of it as much as you do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thought of ads, although I know you're going to be coaching me on this
I
soon.
am.
See, I'm saying it on the podcast, so
I
you can't
am.
deny it. Uh,
I
to
charge
learn. And I mean,
$50 an hour, right?
oh, oops. I pay in 90 days.
The things I'm focusing on now is making the business more resilient because, like, okay, so what if something happens to my KDP account? What if something happens to Facebook marketing? Then my whole business,
Yes.
it's just
Yeah.
implodes.
So we've spoken about this tipping point before, but in a completely separate way. Do you think it comes to a point where your book has enough readers that it becomes self-fulfilling, that you've got enough people recommending it? I mean, your books rank really high on Amazon, right? I think you're 4.6, 4.7 star, like they high rankings. People
Easily.
love them. So where do you think you get to that critical mass where people start to recommend and you
Yeah.
can slow down the ad spend based on the hype?
Yeah. I mean, I just pray for that day because I think most authors would be horrified to know what I spend on Facebook advertising. They'd be horrified. But
Yeah.
but like a robust business makes a 10 to 20% ROI. And I'm making more than
What
that.
is yours? Yeah.
Mine's
Yeah.
between 30 and 40. It was 100 when
Sure.
I started, which was amazing. And that's why I was just throwing all the money in, just like anyone
Yeah.
give me money, give it to me because I can make double, It was like a
So
slot
has your
machine.
ROI actually come down?
Yes, it has because as when you scale, your ROI comes down. I think it's like
Okay.
it's probably the
Okay.
same for everyone. And it's kind of settled now at 30 because I'm not increasing my spend every day like I was before.
And how much time, just quickly before we move on to something new, how much time a day do you spend on Facebook ads?
10 minutes a day. Oh! But
What?
but about once a week, I need to spend, I would say, an hour
Whole
in
hour.
making
Whole
sure.
hour to make $17,000 a month. Hey, you must be
Oh
exhausted.
yeah, no, it's hard. It's hard.
I really thought you were literally sitting there like a stock market person, like
No,
buy,
dude.
sell, buy, sell.
No, dude. I need time to like do
Oh,
the breaststroke in my $100 bills.
no. I'm coming to join you. I'm going to rock up at your doorstep.
You'll be very
Ding dong.
disappointed.
I think we should move on just because I think this is something that we can keep coming back to because it is such a big topic. And obviously, when we start doing it
Yeah.
together,
Yeah. Awesome.
it's going to be fun. And I think that'll be a real, like in real time, I will declare, like, let's take a dead series and let's see if we can, what we can do
Yeah.
with it. I
Yeah, that'll
think
be
it'll be a
great.
super nice exercise.
Yeah.
I have got a few dead series. We spoiled for choice.
Excellent.
So, publishing news, I don't have any, but writing news, as you know, neither of us made our word count goal because we can
Correct.
obviously see each other on the word count sheet.
Yes.
But I don't know if you've noticed, there's been a huge spike in
I
my
have, and
words.
I'm so proud of you. Good.
That being said, my productivity for the amount of time spent writing, a couple of years ago, I would have been smashing out 6,000 words. And now it's like 2,000, 2,500. I think I had more energy in my 30s. I read something that said, do it now because you'll never have more time, you'll only have less energy.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
And you, how's your writing and your
Yeah, so I aimed for 10,000 and I only got to, like, I think it was close to four. I had quite a tough week. My mom's in hospital and in South Africa and that kind of thing. So yeah, like
sorry.
it wasn't a great week to get writing done, but onwards and upwards, and I'm gonna commit to I'm gonna commit to 10,000 this coming week,
For
and
next week.
yeah,
Same.
yeah.
So that's our goals. Good. Oh, what we learned.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we need to talk about the Kickstarter from last week
Yes.
because we learned that we were both wrong actually.
Yes, and we've got a listener question about
Oh, this
Kickstarter.
is so exciting. So
Yes.
what I learned about Kickstarter was that it actually is not available in South Africa,
Hmm.
but I know there's ways around that, but
Hmm.
it's not as simple as we can just sign up for one. So just for
Correct.
South Africans, because I think originally we're going to have a lot of South African writers on.
Yeah.
Um, Kickstarter is more complicated, and I think we will allocate an episode to discussing all the pros and the hows once we
Yes.
know
Yes.
how
Well,
to
when I
get
start
around
doing it
that.
and I start learning.
Yes. And
Um,
when is that scheduled for?
it's May,
Next series.
May, June. I think I'm gonna do a nice little special edition of Grey Magic because that's my standalone. And
Good
it's a
one.
lovely book and I never promote it, so I think that'll be good. And then I'll go bigger with my
Yes.
urban fantasy. That's the
And then
plan.
you'll talk us through that
Yeah.
process. So we'll all know.
Yeah. And then just a little tip for
Okay.
South Africans or people in countries that Kickstarter doesn't support is that you can open a US company using, is it Atlas Stripe? Stripe Atlas? I wrote it down. So
I will try and
basically, you
find
open
it.
a little company in the US, and then basically a whole lot of stuff opens up for you. All the stuff that is only available to US writers, you can then do
I think
really
it
good
comes with
things.
tax implications that
It
for
will.
some
It
people
will.
could be really complicated. So yes, it's called Stripe, Atlas Stripe.
Yeah.
I am having a laugh at our WhatsApp chat from a reminder. You really want something, you can make it happen with this link to me saying, how old is it, Sugar Daddy? Okay, so on that note, we did have a listener question regarding the Kickstarter. So I'll ask the question as if I'm her because you have the answer and I don't. Laura Reed asked, as someone who hasn't done any research into crowdfunding, it was interesting hearing you talk about Kickstarter and how you'd launch new books there first. Made me wonder how you get the audience for Kickstarter. Email list and advertising is a very different audience from the Zons.
Yes.
Because you did mention in that video that it's not an Amazon audience, it's a whole
Yeah.
new audience.
Yeah. And that would be my main reason for doing Kickstarter is because it's a completely fresh audience. So to get people to your Kickstarter page to support you, obviously you use your mailing list, you speak about it on socials and that kind of thing. But there are people there who will follow campaigns because they're always looking for campaigns to support. And then
Oh, wow.
also, yeah, it's cool here. It's a very cool supportive community,
They're just
apparently.
hanging around waiting for people
Yeah.
to like,
Yeah, they like buying
it's
special
very cool.
editions and like supporting artists. It's fantastic. Also, with Kickstarter, they do a thing that's called Projects We Love or something like that. And then they'll
Okay.
highlight your project so more people will see it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Oh,
So
that's
yeah,
amazing.
it's really, really cool, and I can't wait to get started. And I can't wait to tell
Okay.
you guys how it goes.
Do you think that there is a critical time period on this where Kickstarter is going to become, the efficacy is going to dip as more and more people jump onto it?
Probably, yes.
Okay.
And then
So, yeah, sooner the better, I would say.
there's also BackerKit. Just mentioning it because Brandon Sanderson had that like incredible success on Kickstarter. Do you know that story?
No.
Okay, I'll research the numbers so that I have actual numbers for the next time we speak about it because it's
Okay.
ridiculous. I mean, he made millions on Kickstarter. During the pandemic, he decided to write a whole lot of books and he was like, what am I going to do with this? He launched them all on
I do
Kickstarter
think I
and
read
like,
something.
which was incredible,
Oh,
incredible.
okay.
Um,
Okay.
but since then, he started using BackerKit, which is a very, very similar platform. And I don't know the differences really, but you can also look at BackerKit if you're interested. I'm not sure what
Okay.
countries they
Yeah, I'll have a
support.
look. Yes, it's good for us to just look at
Yeah,
different
yeah,
options, isn't it?
yeah. So I do believe that when you're learning marketing to market your books, you do need to choose one thing and really focus on that and deep dive and learn as much as
Yes.
you can to make the most out of that. And that's what I've done with Facebook ads.
Yes.
But there comes a time where you do need to also branch out and learn other skills, right? You must always be upskilling with marketing and production. So Facebook is my main thing. I'm also doing, also hired Brian Cohen to do my AMS ads.
I'm so jealous because he is at the top of his game, isn't he? He is
He is the
Amazon
Amazon guy. Yeah, yeah.
advertising.
So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what happens there.
When does this start?
It's already started, but
Oh,
but
okay.
with Amazon ads, like that, it takes a while to,
To fire.
yeah, yeah. So I'm
Okay.
actually having a call with Caitlin, who is my contact there today, and she's gonna just give me feedback on how it's going so far.
Do they give you a guarantee of at least breaking even, or is there no guarantees? You just
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a guarantee. I told them that I needed a really good ROI. And if you include their fee and what I'm paying for the actual ads, I mean, it's going to be very difficult to get a positive ROI, I think. But they're really good at their
okay.
job, so let's see.
I'm very excited to see how that pans
Mm.
out.
Well, I'll have numbers soon.
Yes.
Facebook ads, Amazon ads. Oh, I had a BookBub featured deal this last week. It was
Yes.
amazing. I had 700 sales in one day, made my money back within
Oh,
one day. It was
wow.
amazing.
In my last book club, I didn't break even.
Didn't you?
No, with the clock keeper, it's time travel romance. So
Yeah.
it's a smaller sub list, right?
Yeah.
But the clock keeper's got a great cover. It's got great reviews. It's got like I thought I would at least. No, I didn't even break even. So I've kind of gone a little bit off BookBub unless it's a first in a
I
series.
was
I
gonna
don't think I'll do
say,
another
I
standalone.
would not run a BookBub on a standalone.
Yeah. So that was the problem, but it was the only one that I got. So I grabbed it with both
Yeah,
hands.
yeah,
But without the read
yeah,
through, it was
yeah,
again another platform I think that is losing momentum.
yeah, maybe, yeah. Okay, then Written Word Media. Do you know them? They're the
Yes,
guys
I
who do
get
the
their
pro.
newsletter every week.
They do
They
the
have
promo.
multiple promo sites.
Yeah, yeah. They do
Yes, and
promo
bundles. So
stacks,
they'll bundle.
which are amazing.
Yes.
So you don't have to like book
Yes.
10 different promos. You just do a promo stack and they do it for you, which is, I really
Yes.
love
And do you
that.
find that that's worth it? Because I get the email every time I think, oh, I should book one, and then next week's problem.
I think their free promos work really, really well.
Okay, on a first
Their
in
99
series.
cents things I don't think are work that well for me, let me say, in my experience.
Okay.
Their ads, I wasn't that impressed with their ads because they'll even run ads for you. But again, you're
Yes.
paying for the service and you're paying for the ads, so it's very, very hard to make a return on that.
Just to touch on that free first in series, because
Yeah.
another thing I think we need to have a whole podcast on is how I know that that is people swear by it. It's a tried and tested formula, but I have had the worst experience with it.
Do you mean perma-free?
Perma-free,
You see, I've
yes.
stopped doing that because, first of all, I think that you get the freebie hunters that never read the book.
This is it.
Then,
So many downloads and no read through.
then the reviews are worse because people
Yeah.
who don't usually read your genre, they're not really that interested in your book. They're like, oh, maybe I'll just give it a try. It's free. Oh no, this was bad, and then give it a 1-star rating on Amazon. I don't do perma-free anymore.
Okay.
I run
Yeah, no, neither do
a
I.
Kindle countdown thing. I make it free for a few days, and that's when I run all the promos.
Speaking of BookBub, just real quick, if you don't get the perfect genre, don't do it.
Yeah, agreed.
I got, at the time, they didn't have dystopian for the legacy, and I had it in science fiction. And the reviews were abysmal because the people wanting science fiction are wanting The Martian, they're wanting, whereas the legacy is dystopia. It is purely, purely, purely dystopia. So I was like, oh, it was a dreadful experience. I think that's us today. You've got somewhere to be. Don't you have somewhere to be?
Yes, I'm actually supposed to leave 5 minutes ago. We are going to Edinburgh to get visas for the children.
Oh, Devon, where are you traveling
We are going to Sardinia in July, and I'm so excited.
Oh,
you know, it's so awesome about living here.
It's so easy to travel. Yes,
it's amazing.
It's so easy to travel.
And they're starting a new ferry from Edinburgh to France. And it's happening like now, like in the next few weeks.
Oh,
I'm so excited.
And how long will it take to get there?
Oh, probably ages, but I don't mind.
It's my daughter's 18th birthday, and she is inside being incredibly patient. So best I go and spend some time. Yeah, very special. I cannot believe I have an 18-year-old.
I can't believe it either. That's amazing.
Friend, I'm just telling you, I am 45. By the time I'm 50, I expect to be rich. So no pressure. But your coaching better be top tier.
It is top tier. You know it's top tier. Listen, 50 books by 50. Joe and a pen.
Yes.
Got 50
books by 50.
We can do it.
I can do that. Oops.
We can do it. We can do it. Then you will be rich.
We won't procrastinate. We'll start tomorrow.
Why tomorrow? Right now.
All right, my friend. We'll have a beautiful weekend.
You too.
I will see you same time, same place next week.
Excellent.
Just keep the money rolling in. Enjoy your dollar bar.
Keep the debt rolling in.
Okay.
Bye.